We are back in Tucson, Arizona here for the WPH Race for 8 on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app. My name is Dave Vincent alongside Marcos Chavez. Marcos, want to welcome you into the booth here for the men's semifinals. David Fink and Paul Brady. Paul has the actual nickname of the Gunner, but Dave Fink was gunning earlier today in his quarterfinal match.
Against was that Vic? Against Vic?
Yeah, I played great ball, and you play Vic locally at your club, so you know that Vic's a hard dude to play. You have to be on top of your game to defeat him. Yeah,
he's been playing really good at the club lately. Obviously, we won the U.S. Open. He was kind of like I believe the X factor, and he pulled through.
Well, he certainly played well there, and so you know his potential, but he did not look good against Dave Fink today, and perhaps maybe because he had to play a couple other rounds of handball prior to Dave Fink. But you have to look at that and say, you know, Dave's playing good ball right now.
Yeah, Dave's very consistent. You know, then Vic comes in playing a new player like Dave, and doesn't get to play him very often, so it's very hard to adjust, you know, to playing someone that's in the top 5 of handball players in the world. So, I mean, he's no slouch.
Well, both of these guys very focused. They do it in different ways. Dave Fink has started getting focused before this match started about 2 hours ago, and you saw that game face go on where he was, you know, really trying to put himself into a place. Paul Brady just seems to, he's not like Sean Lenning where he's moping. He knows that the door's open, he walks through it, and that's it. If someone stops to talk to him, he gives him a couple seconds, and then he gets to putting the tape on and getting ready as we get ready now for this first men's semifinals lower bracket. Dave Fink versus Paul Brady.
First semifinals match of the day. Serving first from Tucson, Arizona, ranked 5th, David Fink.
Oh, look at that face he has.
This is not a happy dude here.
Ranked number 2, retrieving serve from Ireland, Paul Brady. Good luck, gentlemen. 0 plays 0.
Now, you heard a little bit of claps there from the gallery, but I'm telling you, Marcos, there is a lot of people watching this down low, and we just didn't have a crowd mic on them. But
oh, I'm just happy that you invited me into the booth here. I know there was no seats to sit down.
You see that shot right there? Right-handed offhand. Dave Fink, right corner kill. Yeah, you're right. There is no seats out there. You would probably be watching it on TV either way. Now you're actually announcing it.
Second serve.
There's the great Fred Lewis trying to make his way to the front row.
I have high hopes here for Dave Fink. I actually think he's gonna push Paul a little.
Side out.
Home court advantage goes a long ways.
0 plays 1.
Referee is Anthony Celesto from Wisconsin. Paul's really dangerous here. Boy, that ball stayed up too.
Yeah, it did stay up. It's the power that he puts on that.
1 plays 1.
Amazing.
You know, there's players that have leverage, and you've played against the best. I mean, really, you have when it comes to hard hitters. Look how Paul's able to track that ball down.
It's those legs. I was telling you, I think before the broadcast, I really never look at Paul Brady, his physical aspect, you know, how he's in great shape. But I mean, he was coming down the hallway here. I mean, his legs. Now I know why he runs down everything.
2 bounces.
Yeah, he has giant legs.
One plays 1. Short. Second serve.
Look at that. What's his right was?
Side out.
Great shot.
1 plays 1.
Boy, that power right there is unbelievable. Even though we hit it right at Dave, what can you do? It's so tough, Marcos, when all you can do is just flip the ball back, and then your opponent seems like they're setting 5 miles an hour more every single time, and you know they're going to eventually hit it. Paul eventually does groove it perfectly, but finally he skips that one in.
1 plays 1.
Wow.
You think he was going to go down the right there.
1 plays 1.
That's horrible. Oh, he got lucky.
Boy, Paul hits that ball almost spot on with all that power. Hard to do.
1 plays 1.
Been a lot of handball already, and we're still just tied at 1. Best 2 out of 3 to 15, tiebreaker to 11. Excuse me, to 15 as well. And yet to win by 2 here as well, as part of the tournament
1
rules.
plays 1.
You know if Brady's been playing much after the U.S. Open?
1 plays 1.
Yeah, he played a couple times. Sean Lenning once and Dave Fink once.
Tip, he appeals the serve. It's all good. Point. 2 plays 1.
He has to get off the wall, Dave. He's giving
1.
him the whole court. He has to jam him just a little bit. Force him to make that back wall kill shot.
Side out. 1 plays 3.
Paul puts that in the perfect spot. Oh my gosh.
Point. No, the way it hit the front wall first, Dave, and then hit the ceiling, which caused it to come down like that. It wasn't a bad bounce. That's a point. It's a point. 2 plays 3. Point. Yep.
How old's Fink?
37. Yeah, 37, 36.
Okay.
Conversely. I mean, respectively.
Play resumes. 3 plays 3.
I think I probably have that wrong. Fink 37, Paul 35. I recently interviewed Paul, and he said that he was turning 36
Point.
next year. So
4
that
plays
next year
3.
is not too far away, as you know, just a couple months away.
Short.
But these guys, they stay in such great shape.
Second serve.
I mean, they have a good 3 years
Bad
to
bounce.
play competitive still.
2 serves. 4 plays 3. Saw
Just
good.
over the line, I saw it good as
Point.
well.
5 plays 3.
Paul Brady's so dangerous.
Point.
I mean, 6-3.
6 plays 3.
That went by fast.
Well, Dave was up 3-1, and look at this.
It's a point.
I mean, what else can
1
you do? You
minute,
have to call a
7
timeout
plays
here.
3 when we resume,
Paul-
Paul will serve.
Paul's just unreal. I mean, you have to literally make every single play that you've ever made in your life exactly perfect, and even then, he finds a way to get you out of your groove.
Yeah, he puts so much pressure on you. You think you have a great shot, and he brings it. Like that last shot, takes it off the back wall. I mean, Fink was in front of him. I mean, he still did something with the ball. And
We can take a look at that replay as well. We have that available to us, but that's, you know,
I mean, he used the walls perfectly. Hit the side front low away from Fink. Doesn't get any better than that.
Paul Brady here is the gunner from Ireland. He's won 3 consecutive world championships. Here
All right,
he
gentlemen,
is in
play
slow
resumes.
mo.
7 plays 3. Short.
That's that serve that he's been getting just over the line and cracking out on that right side.
Second
Short
serve.
for the first one here, though, as we're back into real time. And he goes for a deep crack there. Paul flying around the court like a young
Side out.
trapeze artist. I'm not sure if
3
trapeze
plays
artists
7.
fly around a court, but see, that's how Paul is able to
Side
neutralize
out.
that great
7
serve
plays
Dave Fink
3.
has down the left. He hits so much power back.
And did he throw a little hook on it? I mean, it's just
Point.
too easy off the back wall. Also, his back walls.
8 plays 3.
It's too good.
Short. Second serve.
Dave's dangerous from that spot. And he 2-wall passes Paul, but he catches it and flips it to the back wall. Even when you make a great shot, Paul finds a way to get it back to the front wall again.
And resets the rally, basically.
Dave's had 3 shots here, and Paul does it again. Wow.
Oh, man.
Side out.
That's a really good rally right there. Finally, Dave capitalizes on a side out, but
3 plays 8.
He had 2 chances to finish. Right there, he should have finished it.
yeah, but look, Paul should never get that ball back.
Hold on, hinder ball.
So we're back into play here. We take our timeout so perfect. Last time it was a short, this time
3
hinder.
plays 8 over.
Didn't miss any real action. I don't know how Paul doesn't get hit by that ball.
Hold on, hinder ball, hold on. Three plays 8.
We're going to 15 here. Oh, I like that shot, sneaky. Boy, Paul just gets everything.
Point.
There's another point for Fink.
Four plays 8.
Marcos, you played Paul. There's no doubt you did when you were back in your mid-30s or younger than that, when he was coming up. Did you play him
Point.
back in those his early Pro Tour days, 10 years ago, 9 years ago?
I played
5
him in
plays 8.
Milwaukee when him and Healy were on the tour. And I don't think I played him. I think I was his sparring partner more like in that time.
Point.
He went through me too easy.
But he talks about, he holds you up with a high regard because we've mentioned you a few times, and he says that you're sneaky good. And one of the things he
6
said when
plays
the
8.
draws were coming out, please tell me I don't have Marco Chavez in the first round. So he remembers something from those old days, and I couldn't tell you which match. It must have been something close. But has he changed since those days? You said, you know, you played him, but then earlier before this match started, you said, I just passed him in the hallway.
Side out.
His legs are giant. They weren't big back then? I mean, you don't remember playing?
I don't
8
really
plays
remember
6.
playing him too. I mean, I played him at Los Cabs. I think it was like at a Nationals and it had to be early 2000s. But I really, you know, I stopped. As you know, I didn't play on the tour for about 6 years, so I missed a lot of it.
Mm-hmm.
And I didn't get to really watch much of it, but
9 plays 6.
now I get to see why he's beating everyone. I didn't get to see him at the U.S. Open. This is basically the first time I've seen him play a match
10
in
plays
probably
6.
5 years, and he's incredible.
Point.
I mean, we're lucky to, you know, see him at the U.S. Open, now here in Tucson. I mean, is there any other tournaments that you've heard that he might be going to?
No, he's heading back right after this. In fact, he
11,
leaves on
play
Sunday.
6.
So he's going back home. So nothing else coming up. He said he will be in Houston. That ball cracked down on the right side no matter what
You can't
Dave
run,
says
you
here.
can't run up behind him and then expect it just because you run. Okay. Disagree. Disagree. You got second serve.
Wow.
You got, Dave, you can't run into the back of him and then expect to call a hinder just because you run into the back of him. You got to choose a side. Here we go. Second serve, 11, play 6. Yes, you're right. 12, play 6.
Paul knows what the score is. You think he's just in there hitting the ball, but he knows exactly what's going on the court.
Second timeout. 13, play 6.
It'll be 13 to 6 here in the conclusion of this. After this timeout, Dave is certainly going to call one night right now. Marcos, you know, watching these guys play, and now you get to see a little bit more. You took some time off on your tour, and or I would say your career. What were you doing? Was focusing on family and job? Because we always refer back to you and say, you know, there's kind of that era before you and the era after you.
15,
sort of that kind of blind area.
Seconds.
Yeah, it was first it was my daughter Gia, you know, when she was born, and then maybe about 2 years ago, we started a new company, so that took a lot of time off as well. I didn't really get to play too much handball. I played a lot of big ball because it was really close to you know, my business, but I mean, I really missed it. And last year, Houston, and
all right, guys.
going there, and it really
play resumes.
brought something
Ball
back into me to
13,
really want to play on the tour
6.
again. And I believe this year I'll be at every stop.
Well, you've been at every stop that I recall since Houston almost. So you've been kind of back full time, but you're doing it plus 40 this time.
6,
Yeah,
plays 13.
I wish I was earlier in my
26,
career.
yeah.
Yeah, but
I think I played you when you were about 26 or 28 probably, 29.
I think it was like in Modesto.
Yeah, it was Sacramento. We actually
Sacramento.
played in. Just was a wake-up call. I should have just figured out that I should have taken up frisbee golf instead.
Yeah, you were pretty good at that.
13, play 6.
Unfortunately, it's the only thing I've ever done good in my life.
Short ball.
Did you hit the course at La Mirada?
No, I
They
didn't.
have the
I didn't.
frisbee
I saw
golf
that there, though. It made me wonder why I didn't bring my discs, my backpack.
Yeah. Your
I was getting so good
coolie
at
pack.
I was getting so good at frisbee golf, I almost renamed myself Luke.
Point.
I said that joke to somebody recently and said, I don't get it. I'm like, well, everybody I've ever played
Possible
frisbee
game
golf
point,
against had
play
the name
6.
Luke. Here it is. Game point, serve
Short.
6. Short ball, laser from Paul Brady.
Second serve.
It's a nice shot from Fink, but he hits it right where Paul's standing.
It's just not low enough.
Well, Paul knew that Fink would go there, so he's standing in perfect position to get it back. Fink gets back into the service box.
6, plays 14.
He should did a roundhouse and took it back down the right. Make him move. I used to play Vince, and I'd serve him to the left. He'll come off that left wall to the back wall. He'd turn right around and shoot it down the left, hit the sidewall. I said, hey, teach me that. He says, nope.
7,
But,
plays 14.
An amazing shot.
Did Paul get that? Not a
Side
lot
out.
of, even though there is
Possible
yelling there,
game
there's
point,
not a
play
lot of
7.
yelling. Let's get back into it here. Possible game point. Paul dug that out, and it looked like he did
Point.
get it. And there's a
Heel.
point. And it looks like Paul wins
Agreed.
game number 1,
Nice
and he
game.
does. And
3
we'll take a quick
minutes.
break. We'll be back in 3 minutes for
Paul
game
will
number
serve
2. Brady
first.
takes game 1, 15-7 for Marco Chavez. My name is Dave Vincent. We'll be back in just a bit. Stay here on ESPN and the Watch ESPN app.
The Tucson Racket and Fitness Club is your home away from home. Work out, relax, and refuel. All this and more can be yours. Call us at 795-6960 or visit TucsonRacketClub.com. The Tucson Racket and Fitness Club, where Country Club Road ends and fitness begins.
think what you know about this Vegas icon. Elevate your expectations at the Stratosphere Hotel, Casino, and Tower. See what's new, up, down, and all around.
In 1905, Thomas Beverly Pennock settled out west to start a family construction business. Over 100 years and 5 generations later, T.B. Pennock & Sons continues on today. From our world-class concrete at the San Diego airport to our recovery efforts in New York after Hurricane Sandy. We take pride in what we build, and we will never forget who we build for. We are T.B. Pennock & Sons.
Ahern Rentals is the largest independently owned and operated rental business in the United States. We are proud to maintain outstanding working relationships with over 100 manufacturers, including JLG, Skyjack, Genie, Kubota, Multiquip, Honda, and many more. From coast to coast, Ahern Rentals is here to service your equipment rental needs. For a complete list of locations near you, please visit us at www.ahern.com or call 1-800-400-1610.
You are watching the WPH Race for 8 as we are back live. First serve there from Paul Brady in game number 2. My name is Dave Vincent alongside Marco Chavez. It's a beautiful pass shot right there.
1 plays 0. Short ball. Second serve.
Shot. David didn't really do much with that back wall.
It's a side out.
Now Marcos, just sitting here watching and diagnosing, what does Dave Fink going to have to do here to defeat Paul Brady in this second game? Or at least make it competitive enough where you see the light at the end of the tunnel, have a chance to maybe attack and get those last few points to defeat him. Because it really, beating Paul Brady isn't something anybody's been able to do.
0 plays 1.
I heard you say earlier that you felt that he could do it.
I feel he could take a game off him.
Hold on. Screen ball.
I think he really needs to. He gets these back wall shots, and I think he needs to really sit down on him and actually roll him out. He's hitting them 4 inches, 5 inches high. That's not good enough for Paul. Give him drives. Hit the ball where he's not. Make him move a little. I mean, he's giving him the ball in his hand most of the time.
Score should be, there it is, 1-1. So Dave said some of the advice that he got from Fred Lewis recently, that's a good example of what you're saying there, was to hit the ball down the walls. That time Dave moved his feet into the ball. It's weird as a player. You don't think you do those things, but it just happens naturally.
I mean, look at that.
Fink was better off just leaving his feet where they were. He pulled them in tight to get him out of the way, and that's the part that got hit. You're watching the race for 8. Men's semifinals, bottom bracket, Dave Fink versus Paul Brady.
Just side out together at ones. Down. Point. 2 plays 1. Short ball. Second serve. Bad bounce, bad bounce, bad bounce. Play over 2 versus 1.
Setup.
And Paul is so automatic when he has a setup.
He's not going to make the error.
3 plays 1.
If he doesn't have a shot, he's just going to hit a nice offensive shot, you know, that you're not going to do much with. He's just working his right.
Wow. Dave digs that ball out. Paul just hitting every single one. Wide right corner from Paul Brady there, and that is just an amazing shot. He threaded the needle perfect.
4 plays 1.
So kind of like a skinny pass. It's a huge setup here.
I think better do something. Looks like he's giving up a little right here.
Point.
At least migrate back toward the middle of that court there.
5 plays 1.
Maybe start overplaying a little bit like Paul does to him. Well, if anybody thought that Paul had a hurt elbow from that U.S. Open injury, he's just pounding this ball here. Oh, Paul leaves that one up for Dave, and Dave does not capitalize.
It's just too high.
That's a beautiful shot there. Fink inside out, right-handed, right corner
out.
kill. Gets a side out. 1-5 is the score.
One plays 5.
This is a replay here. Dave Fink goes beautiful right corner kill. And that's what you were telling us.
That's the shot.
Okay.
Low.
2 plays 5.
He missed one.
Point.
Missed the serve.
3 plays 5.
Huh.
Look at that. 2 points.
Point.
Well, he's not out of it. It sure did look like it when it was 5-1.
Four plays 5. Point.
Has 3 serves down the left that he scored
Together at
consecutive
5.
points.
Dave found himself down and not, like you said, looks like he's given up. Now he's tied with Paul Brady here. That ball will come off the back wall. Dave flips it back to the front wall. Paul's going to tee off, as he always does. Looks left, hits it to the right.
5 plays 5. Short. Second serve.
Now you hear Dave Fink getting a little
Point.
vocal here with himself. It is frustrating when you put yourself in a bad position and then you know what your opponent's going to do and then they do it right in your face.
6 plays 5. I'm going to call a stream ball. He was right behind you, Paul. We'll cross in front of your legs. 6 plays 5 over. Short ball. On the line, heel. Both agree. Second serve. Point.
Paul Brady now with 7 on the scoreboard here. Game number 2.
7 plays 5.
Defeating Dave Fink in that game number 1, 15-7, I believe.
Point. 8 plays 5. Dave, that's your first timeout. 1 minute.
Well, 60-second timeout here. Dave started fighting back and doing some of the things that you said that you thought that he should do. Now Paul's making a nice little run on his own here. But what was Dave doing that gave him those points, Marcos?
First of all, 3 ace serves. I mean, he got a hand on them, but they were not easy to do something with. So he flopped them basically. The serves and then that kill that he did down the left wall that went out straight made Paul reach for it, and where he got another point. So that was 4 points.
Got away from the corner kill, went down the walls with those kill shots. Guess to sum it up, plus having that great serve too, kind of helps it out. So that's a summary of how Dave fought his way back in after being down. But then Paul does what he does. He can score 3 points in 20 seconds.
Yep, for this game. First 1 minute.
Which is really obnoxious, to be honest.
All right, guys, play resumes. 8 plays 5. Short ball. Second serve. Point. 9 plays 5.
Look at that. I mean, it's that back wall he has.
Point.
Dave's upset with himself, but he's
hitting the
kind of
ceiling.
right. He's saying, what am I doing with hitting that stupid ceiling shot?
He's hitting it too hard.
Well,
10
Paul's
plays
completely
5.
exploited him every time he went up there.
Short ball. Second serve. Point. 11 plays 5.
Wow. The question was not really where he's going to hit it, but how hard, or maybe it's the other way around.
12 plays 5.
We know it's going to be hard, but where is he going to hit it? Nice serve there from Paul Brady. Look at that. Fish shot, squelch in, left corner.
Point.
That's too
That
good.
hurts. That hurts when that happens.
Plays 5.
You're getting everything else done to you, and then that happens.
Yeah, with the left. Side front left kill. In front of
Second
you.
serve.
With a punch fist,
Yeah.
as if he meant to do it all, too.
Look at that.
Point. Possible match point plays 5. Short.
I hope he doesn't retire,
Second serve.
David.
Well, I don't think he will. Making it to a semifinal of one of these race events is not easy. I think you did it once, Marcos. I could be wrong, but it seems like you did. And it's almost a victory in itself.
Hold on.
Boy, that's tough to call that.
It's potential. 14-5 over.
I think it was Houston.
I think so.
I lost to Emmett in the semis.
Side out.
He has that new look,
Great,
huh?
great manners.
Long hair. Little McEnroe.
Yeah,
Those bright socks.
kind of doing a
He just
tennis
needed-
throwback.
Yeah, a little tennis throwback there.
You guys are playing handball. I don't know what you mean. Everyone sweats. Everyone sweats in handball, David. 5 plays 14.
I'm sure.
Well, Paul hit
Side
it.
out.
I'm sure that the
Possible
people
match plays 5.
people in Ireland are going to love to see this game over.
Oh, look at that
Skip.
thing. Paul skips that thing in. Hits it so hard it almost looks like it makes it.
5 plays 14.
There it is. There, another side out for Paul, going in for his second attempt to make it to the
14
finals.
plays 5.
Looks to the right, probably serving to the left.
I mean, how do you read them?
Well,
You-
yeah.
if
Normally you just say what you think it is, but with Paul you have to throw the word probably in there.
I think if you'd compete, you'd be able to read Paul and
Nice
win
match,
the
gentlemen.
tournament.
Yeah, right. Even if you knew where he was hitting, it's still going to be hard. Paul Brady takes down
Good
Dave
luck
Fink
tomorrow,
here,
Paul.
15-5
You
in
too,
game
David.
number 2 after winning the first one, 15-7. So he is now going to be in the finals to face either Luis Moreno or Emmett Peixote, and they are scheduled to start at 5:30, so we're at 5:26. We're going to have that match coming up right around the corner. I want you to stay close. More handball action on ESPN. The Watch ESPN app when we have the men's semifinals here for the WPH Race for 8 right around the corner. Stay right here.